Hi, kindergarten. Today's lesson is called Goodbye from Good Old Earth. Our first vocabulary word is carpool. A carpool is to travel in a car with other people, sharing the costs and often taking turns as the driver. So you might carpool with your neighbors or your friends to go somewhere if you're all going to the same place. Effort means to try at something, especially when it's hard work. And organize. Organize means to plan an activity. So when you organize something, you make sure that you make a plan before doing it. We got to organize a lot in kindergarten. So we have learned a lot about taking care of the earth in this unit. I'm wondering if you can pause the video and list off some things that you've learned so far. We have learned about smog and how there's air pollution. We've learned about how air pollution is hard on your lungs. We've learned about Willie the water droplet who started off as clean, fresh water. We learned about wastewater coming out of pipes. There have been so many things that we've learned. But today's read aloud is the last read aloud about taking care of the earth. Listen carefully as Good Old Earth gives you some last suggestions about how you can help to take care of the planet. And try to remember the different things that Earth says you can do to help solve Earth's problems. Here we go. Well, this is probably the last time you'll see a picture like this of good old Earth, at least for a while. Of course, it's not the last time you'll see me at all. You see me, or at least parts of me, every time you open your eyes. Before I say goodbye, I want to share a few interesting things with you. Listen closely and you'll learn some amazing things you and other people can do to take care of me. Remember, it's important that everyone do his or her part. If every person accepts the responsibility to do a few little things, then these things will start to add up to many big things. So, pitch in. Think about what I've taught you and spread the words. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. Tell your friends and family that they need to help take care of the earth. Don't litter. If you see a place where other people have littered, ask an adult to help you organize a litter pickup. Right? That's where you go and pick out some things. But also don't pick up trash outside unless you ask a grown-up first, because you want to make sure that you're safe and keeping yourself protected. You and your family can also make sure you recycle paper, cans, cardboard boxes, glass, and that plastic that you use, or even start a compost pile with your leftover scraps so less trash goes to the landfills. What symbol do you see on this bin? Set up recycling bins in your home and school. Make a plan to get the materials from the bin to the recycling center and stick to your plan. If you collect a lot of recyclable materials but never bother to take them to the recycling center, you've only taken the first important step necessary in recycling. If you want to make sure that the recycling goes where it needs to go, then make it your responsibility to take care of it. Make sure that everything is properly sorted out and on the curb when the recycling truck comes. If your neighborhood doesn't have a recycling service, find out where your closest recycling center is. Then work with a parent or another relative or a grown-up with a car to set up 1 or 2 days each month when you'll take a trip to drop everything off at the recycling center. Another thing you can do is try to use your cars a little less. People are good walkers most of the time, and cars aren't the only things with wheels. Instead of getting a ride to a place that's just around the corner, maybe you could walk or ride a bicycle. That way you won't burn any gasoline and you don't put any pollution in the air. Plus, the exercise is good for you. Of course, if people live close to the places they often need to get to, that helps them drive their cars a lot less too. If you or your family absolutely have to drive your car, find out if there's any way you can carpool with someone else. Carpooling is when 2 or more people ride in a car together to the same place. Do you understand how this reduces air pollution? If 4 people ride together to the playground, the store, or the school as part of a carpool, that means only one car engine is burning gasoline instead of 4 engines. Or encourage your family to use the bus or train if you live in a city or town where they're available. Buses are a great way to get lots of people to where they need to go and to reduce the number of cars on the road. Anything you can do to reduce the number of cars on the road will also reduce the amount of pollution in the air. Another simple thing you can do to fight air pollution is to plant trees and gardens. Trees and other plants take in certain kinds of pollution, including exhaust from cars and trucks. The trees and plants put clean oxygen back in the air, which humans need to breathe. That means trees actually help clean the air. Every single tree matters, so plant trees whenever you can. And of course, use less paper and recycle used paper whenever you can. Reduce the amount of paper you use, and you'll reduce the amount of trees that need to be cut down. That way, there will be more trees available to clean the air. One of the simplest things that you can do is to try to use less electricity. Whenever you're watching TV, working on a computer, so when you're at Zoom at school, or turning on a light, you're using electrical power. If people use less electrical power, then power plants don't need to burn quite as much coal, oil, or other natural resources. And that will mean less air pollution. So when you turn off a lamp or television, you're actually helping to keep the air clean. Whenever you walk out of a room for a while, remember to turn off the light. If it's daytime, try to open the blinds or curtains to let in some natural light so you don't have to use as much electricity. Don't forget that living things, including humans, need fresh water to survive, and that there is a limited supply of fresh water on Earth. You can do your part in conserving water by not wasting it. We use water for baths, washing dishes, flushing the toilet, cooking, and watering our gardens and yards. The list goes on and on. Remember to use only what you need. People can conserve water by turning off the faucet when brushing their teeth or by taking shorter showers. People can make sure they turn off the sprinklers in the summer when the weather report calls for rain. Every water drop counts. Most important, I want to finish by reminding you that you are part of a truly beautiful and amazing world. Whether you live in the city or in the country, whether you live in a big apartment building, in a neighborhood, or on a farm, you're a part of this world. And the things you do can affect the whole planet. People sometimes pollute and create all sorts of problems for the environment, but people also have the power to find solutions and take care of the environment. Make it a point to be a part of the solution. If every person makes a small effort or tries to help reduce, reuse, and recycle, it adds up and makes a big difference in taking care of good old Earth. Thank you so much for everything you do. Wow. Click on the extra ticket below, kindergarten.